Hi there, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well, and apologies in advance for the shaky camera because I've lost my selfie stick and I'm using this little device which isn't very easy to control, and it means that there's a little bit of shaking, but hopefully it won't be too bad. And something I want to talk about is something that's been trending a lot on YouTube at the moment and also on Facebook, and that is about people considering moving abroad to live. And the reason this has come about now, I mean, it's been something for a while that people have been moving abroad, I suppose, but because of the situation with the world at the moment, where people are losing their jobs, where there's coronavirus, where there's a lot more discussions about racism, and people are not feeling as secure in certain countries, there's been this really this movement really for people to decide that whether they want to go and relocate somewhere. And I'm someone that has always considered either spending a long period of time abroad or moving abroad. And since I watched the movie Eat, Pray, Love with Julia Roberts, you know, where she just packed up after a divorce and just decided to travel around the world to different countries with an open mind, it just drew me to think that it's something that I would also consider myself. I would definitely consider moving abroad, whether it was for a short period of time, you know, maybe 3 to 6 months, or whether it was for longer, then that is something I would also consider. So something to think about first of all is, what is your reason? What is the why that you're deciding on it? Now, if your reason is to have an adventure and just go with the flow and to have a fresh start and to see what happens, that is brilliant. But some people will make a decision to move somewhere because they want to escape. Now, escaping from something in some cases is good. You know, if you need to end a relationship and you need to escape and you need to move out, that's, you know, understandable. But if you're trying to escape one country because you're not happy, so say you're living here in the UK and you're complaining because of this and that and the other, the weather and all sorts and the people, once you get to another country, say you move to Spain, Italy, wherever it is, your attitude towards that country isn't possibly going to change, because you're not just going to say, right, now that I'm in another country, everything's fantastic. So what you need to do is have the right mindset when you're moving somewhere. If you're in a country, I say this anyway, if you're in a country or city and there's something that you're not vibing with, you can make small changes. Like an example is, there's lots of things about the UK I don't like, but there's lots of things that I love about the UK. Now, my parents are from, my mum is Jamaican and I've been to Jamaica twice. My dad was Ghanaian and I've been to Ghana twice. I love those countries. I'm not going to sit here and say that I would live in either country. I would like to give it a try. I know that I would be considered as foreign. Now, I might be embraced because those countries are predominantly black. So you're going to have that experience of being in a predominantly black country. You're going to have those experiences of cultural connectiveness. There's certain things about the cultures of both African and Jamaican culture that I know I can connect with. However, I'm still British born, and what that means is they're going to consider me in that same way. You are still foreign to them. And I think this idea that, you know, all of a sudden, I'm speaking when I've looked at the vlogs from black people that say, you know, we'll return home and we will be accepted and everything will be fine. Well, if you've got the right attitude, you should, you know, interactions with people should be at the forefront anyway. You know, and there's racism everywhere. There's racism that is going to be connected with the fact that you're a different skin colour. Racism is sometimes going to come across, it might be discrimination or prejudice if you're returning to a country. And so I'm not trying to put people off, but what I want to say to people is have an open mind. And also, if you're happy where you are, then, and you've got a positive attitude anyway in life, you can live anywhere. And that's just how I see. I've travelled to countries and I've not had like preconceptions. When I went to Morocco for the first time, you know, and people were saying all these things, Moroccans are sometimes this and that, and same as Mexico and Cuba. Every country I've been to, I go with an open mind. I don't go with, you know, the idea that yes, they're going to embrace me, or yes, you know, it's going to be an easier life to live in, and because the sun's shining, everything's going to be fine. So have a realistic attitude, treat it as an adventure and a journey, you know. And also the final thing is, if you have to return to your country because it doesn't work out, do not feel ashamed. Lots of people will not make the choice to move abroad because they're scared of failing. They're already saying, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't? I mean, okay, I'm not being a bit blasé there. You might have sold your house, sold all your belongings, not had a job and then moved. But you can always rebuild. You know, the worst thing is if you've got a dream and you've just never fulfilled it, you just decide you're not going to do it. I know for a fact that one day I will spend some period of time abroad, when I can afford to do it, when I've got the time to do it, whether I do that by myself or with another person. It is a dream and a goal that I want to do, so I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to keep having that dream and goal in my mind. But I'm just going to keep an open mind. I'm not going to go with expectations that everyone's going to be, I'm not going to be scammed. Oh, before I end, when I went to Ghana, for example, because I didn't understand the language, even though my dad's Ghanaian, I was sat getting ready to get my hair done, and the two women were saying, I heard them say they're going to charge me more money because my hair was natural. So all I heard was the words natural, and I heard them talking about money, and I put two and two together, and I said to them, you can't charge me more money because, you know, what's the difference between my hair being natural or being relaxed? You still can't charge me more money. And eventually they thought, oh, how did she understand? They were also talking about Oprah Winfrey. They were talking about Barack Obama. I was picking up on little words in the conversations, and I was able to join in. I don't speak any Ghanaian language, but it's just connectedness, and also listening. Sometimes you can hear things that you think you wouldn't hear. But the reason I mention that is because you will go to countries and maybe the taxi driver is all happy speaking to you, and then they'll charge you more money. It happens in England to foreigners. It happens wherever you go in the world. So don't think just because you're going abroad that you're going to get an easy ride, because you're not. But I think it's a wonderful opportunity if you feel you want a journey, if you want to experience the world. Also, some people are saying life is too short now, you know, with the whole coronavirus and everything. So they just want to take more risks. You know, what have you got to lose? So yeah, just go for it, you know, but just have an open mind, hope and attitude. Have love in your heart wherever you go. You know, start with the country you're in. Instead of criticising everything about the country you're in, start connecting with people more. Start doing things to improve the country you're in. And then when you do move abroad, then you'll be loving towards those people as well. But there's no point escaping from a country and thinking another country is going to be fantastic. We're all part of the same planet. So it's about loving where you are and loving where you're going to go. So I hope you found this video useful. Please feel free to like, to share, and to leave any comments. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. Thank you. Bye.